Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today, well, I'm sure you remember a couple of weeks ago I gave my initial thoughts on Forza Motorsport after only about an hour or two of playing. I have now nearly finished at the time of recording, but by the time of release, I will have finished the entire career mode for Forza Motorsport. And that includes the introductory series, which I had done in the previous video, but since then I've done the whole Builders Cup, and by the time this video comes out, I will have done the entire Track Tour series. I have currently, at the time of recording, one series to go, plus the showcase, so I am pretty much done at the time of recording. So, do I think any better of the game now compared to a couple of weeks ago? It's still got a lot of work to do. I've got to be honest, it's still a crazy way off of where it could be. Like, the AI, I'm still having major issues with. I think the major issue, at this point, is they have a complete lack of spatial awareness. Like, if you're braking, they will think, hey, let's keep going and smash into this guy's rear end. And they have, multiple times, and they will brake check you in an instant, which sends you smashing into their rear end. Or they will come at you from the side. Yeah, so at the moment, there's not really much spatial awareness, and I'm basically having to just dodge out of the way of them constantly, which has sent me off track more than a few times, which is very inconvenient due to track limits penalties, so that's a bit annoying. And actually, a couple of days ago, I had a very unfortunate glitch. I was doing a practice session on Catalonia. Actually, I'll come back to practice in a minute, because I've got another problem with the AI there. Basically, I was doing practice laps on Catalonia, and on the second lap of practice, the game's sound just cut off. And for a moment, I thought my television was broken, but then I clicked the home screen for the Xbox, and the Xbox's sound was still working. The game's audio literally just stopped. And that was really confusing and really weird. I had to actually close the game and restart it, and obviously redo the practice session for that race, which was very annoying. But yeah, that was another very strange glitch that I found. But coming back to practice and the AI. Oh boy, I have had many laps compromised because of cars in front of me going incredibly slowly and them just not moving. Like, they're going extremely slow, and they obviously know I'm on a fast lap because I'm going way quicker than them, but obviously they just don't get out of the way, so I have to kind of swerve around them, completely compromising my lap time, and as a result, my practice. Now, thankfully, I have been able to do all the fastest, all the time limits, not the time limits, but like the recommended times for all the practice sessions, but I've had to do that on the first lap, and honestly, it's just very annoying that I can't properly practice, and I still don't know how to, well, I kind of know how to feel about the lack of qualifying. I'm not a fan. It doesn't fit, the grids kind of feel manufactured at that point. They don't feel legit, like they don't feel like you've earned where you are, you know. And, something that I've noticed, you can't actually put your car on the front row, even if that's where your car would be based on fastest lap times. So, you can't place your car on the front row of the grid, which is very annoying. But again, I wish they would add like a qualifying to make it seem a bit more legit, because at the minute, you know, you're just kind of ending up on the grid wherever you decide to go, which isn't how racing works. Like, you very much qualify for your race start position, so I do wish they'd add that. And car points, I like the system, but it takes so long to level your cars up to get to the point where you have all the upgrades available. That's another thing. But now, that's it for the negatives, because there's obviously quite a lot there, a lot to go over. But there are a couple of good things, namely the tracks. There are a lot of good tracks. There's only one that I don't really like, and it is Maple Valley. I really don't like it. I don't know why. It just doesn't suit my driving style in the slightest, which is very annoying, because it looks like a cool track, but I just never do well there. I'm always crashing into the walls and borderline on spinning out. It's just really weird. I'm not a fan. But the rest of the tracks I really, really, really do like. My favourite would have to be, without a doubt, Kyalami. I really like the track. It's a very fast and flowing track, and I just really like how it works. I especially like the Grand Prix circuit, which is obviously the full track, so that is very much my favourite track, I would say. And Hakone as well. I have to mention Hakone here because, wow, if Kyalami wasn't in the game, this track would be my favourite. It is incredible. It's a beautiful looking track, and it's very flowing. Even a bit more so than Kyalami, to be honest. So actually, that might be my favourite now that I'm properly thinking about it. So, actually, yeah, Hakone. Hakone is definitely top spot for me. I can't lie, I've been thinking about this for a while, which is my favourite track. And it's very much between Hakone and Kyalami, but I think actually I'm going to have to give it to Hakone. And of course, the car selection is amazing. There are still some pretty notable absences at the minute. Namely, I would like some more Formula 1 cars, to be honest. You know, being an F1 fan, we only have, I think, 5 at the moment, which, don't get me wrong, is a hell of a lot. But I do think for over 70 years of F1, there could be some more, especially from more eras of the sport. Maybe some more modern cars, like 2000s, 2010s, that'd be pretty cool. But I would just like to see some more F1 cars, and even some other categories. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing some NASCAR cars, or some IndyCar cars. Like, I would really like to see some more racing categories represented. And hell, even the World Rally Championship, and some more from the World Endurance Championship, because at the moment, in terms of the hypercars, we only have the Cadillac. So that at the moment there is no sign of, for example, the Ferrari, which is a very sad time for me, because as you guys know, this year's Ferrari, the 499P, is my favourite endurance car that is currently on the grid, so I'm hoping they add that in soon, because I would really like that car, but at the minute, there is a lot of selection, don't get me wrong, like, there is a lot of cars in this game. I just feel like there are some that should be there that just aren't at the minute, so hopefully they start to add them in soon, because again, there are some pretty notable absences in my opinion, so hopefully they can rectify that soon. Honestly, this game is good, but it could honestly be better. You know, I do like that they are pretty short race times. Like, you're not spending like 20-25 minutes on a race. I think the longest I've had is 12. So honestly, the race times are pretty short. So that is definitely another plus for me. But yeah, this game does have a long way to go, but I do think it can get there with enough time post-launch development. So that's going to do it for this video on my you know, more current thoughts of Forza Motorsport now that I've gotten over the initial stints of it, now that I'm basically at the end of the career mode. So, please, like this video, subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels. Her link's down in the description, my button is down there. Please click them and then the bell icons to get both sets of our notifications. Comment as well, because why not? Let me know what you think of this game, and do you think it's where it could be, and how long do you think it'll take to get there if you don't? Once you're done, so please follow me on my socials. They'll be in the link tree in the description. Blow up Roxanne's website, and there should be an Astoundcast tomorrow. If there is, I will have scheduled it. If not, there'll be an Astoundcast substitute on Monday, but I will definitely be going live for this weekend's Mexican Grand Prix and Astcar News live tomorrow evening. And lastly, please do share this video with all of your friends so they can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around and around and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Goodbye!